r/AskReddit. What old person things do you do? I've started standing at my front window with a cup of coffee and scowling at the squirrels digging up my flower beds. My transformation into my father is complete. I was headed for the rec center to get in a workout. As I'm getting in my car, I remembered something I forgot. Went upstairs. Got it. Came back down. Repeated that about 3 more times, including once when I got back upstairs I forgot what I was looking for. I was breathing pretty hard and just decided to call that my workout. Showered and turned on the TV. Eater. Thank you so kindly for the silvers. I sit in my chair with a blanket draped over my legs. It's warm and cozy. Okay. I have a downstairs neighbor that likes to throw rages on the weekends. If they go on too late, I go down in my jammies and tell them to pipe down because I typically wake up at 5:30 AM. Even on the weekends. He's in his late 50s. I'm 33. Wake up before 7 AM every day. I have no reason to be up early on weekends. But still find myself having my morning coffee alone. At 6:30. I'm only 30. And I'm way too suspicious of teenagers. A few frupps of kids cut through the parking lot of my apartment complex in the mornings to get to school. And I'll just peek through my blinds with squinted angry eyes and sip my coffee while muttering to myself. Assuming that these kids are up to no good. There's no reason for me to do this, but it's basically a part of my morning routine. Now. Oh. And I frequently sneeze a foot. Groan every time I get up from sitting. I pretty recently threw out my back while putting on socks. I actually always have a bag of Werther's hard candy in my car. Also, I'm kinda terrible with computers. I'm 27 but my friends call me an undercooked grandpa. I put up bird feeders and I like to watch them from the window. Get outraged when people ask me to meet them for dinner at a time later than 7. You want me to come to dinner at 9 PM. I hope you're ready for me to be in my pajamas. Read through this thread thinking about how lovely everything sounds. We go to the monthly stonemasons breakfast in my town. My husband and I are the youngest people there without kids by at least 30 years. But it's a solid breakfast buffet and only $10 pp. Edit. Yes. Meant Freemasons. Thanks. $10 per person. But thanks for the entertaining thread. The buffet includes all you can eat homemade waffles, blueberry pancakes, plain pancakes, sausage links, bacon, homemade biscuits and sausage gravy, fresh fruit, scrambled eggs, home freeze, omelets made to order, coffee, water, juice. Obviously. I highly recommend it. I live in a town with 5,000 people where surrounding towns will usually do something similar. And people with kids are still about 10 years older than us and are in the minority for attendees. Watch TV with subtitles on. I've been to a shopping mall before all the stores were open. So I just walked laps around the mall until they opened. Constantly turn off lights in rooms that are not in use. And turn on heat only when it gets too cold. Electricity doesn't pay for itself. Sometimes, when I'm home alone, I realize I could do anything I want and nobody would know. So I take a hot bath and steep some chamomile tea. If I'm feeling frisky and want to spice it up, I put 2 pairs of socks on and curl up under a blanket. Crack my bones like they're Rice Krispies. Go to bed at 8 PM and wake up at 5 AM. Save every plastic grocery bag for later use. Edit. For everyone commenting along the lines of that's not an old person thing. IDK what's to tell ya. The only people in my family who did it when I was growing up were the old people. I go to bed early. Well, around 9 to 10 PM. Sometimes my friends want to hang out. And I'm like, what time? And they say 10. And then I say, fuck that shit. I'll be in bed. Call me when you want to drink at 7. Ever since I had a kid that wakes up early, I go to bed early. I do everything like an old person. I am an old person. 76 next month. Edit. Thank you so much for all the kind comments. And for the gold and silver. A couple of comments. I stumbled on Reddit a few years ago and stayed because it is the wittiest place on the internet. You have reinforced that opinion by the smart aleck comments in this thread. I am sure I am not the oldest person using Reddit. A couple of years ago I remember seeing someone older than I am. As for advice, don't do anything really stupid to your body. You'll pay for it later. B. Never stop learning. That will keep you curious to see what happens tomorrow. C. Tomorrow will be a better day. Good luck because most of you will see far more than 76 years. Meetings at 10. Should only be a 15-minute drive for you. I'll leave at 8:45. I'm 70 years old. Everything I do is old person stuff. I'm up by 6 am every day regardless. I keep forgetting? Question mark. Question mark. Words. Words. I keep forgetting words. Hardly ever party or drink anymore. Go to bed at 9. Don't date. Often I really have to stop and ask myself if I would rather do X or just stay at home and read. Does wearing granny panties count? I use a shoehorn to put on my boots. It's great. I got a small one for home and a nice long one for work. Takes no effort to get outside. The only things I watch on television are people fixing and selling houses and people making tasty food. I eat old people food. Drive like an old lady. Prefer iced tea over soda. My taste in music favors older tunes. I sew. I bake from scratch. I bitch about how we got less snow days. I watch documentaries and game shows. Pretty sure the only thing I'm missing is Velcro shoes. I'm a 26-year-old male. My partner and I lay on opposite ends of the couch like the grandparents from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Groan every time I sit down or get up. I'm in great shape. It doesn't require effort. But good grief, those gosh darn habits of mine just won't pipe down. Go to bed early on a Saturday. I like naps and sweaters. Go to bed at 8 PM and get up at 4 AM. Eat dinner early. Edit. I meant 8 PM. Complain about modern music. I love playing bingo. I get excited about buying stuff for the house, like pictures, little knickknacks, figurines, furniture, etc. I also love going to furniture stores, home or food stores like Williams Sonoma and Solar Table. Solar Table is heaven for someone like me. I can get lost in there for hours just looking at all the stuff they have for the kitchen. Wear earplugs to concerts. I'm not self-conscious about it. Before people come to my defense saying that's actually good to protect your hearing. True, but at 27 I still feel like a geezer at festivals looking like everything's too loud and not as good as back in my day. I sprout mung beans on a damp paper towel in my desk drawer. Very nutritious. But they smell like death. I don't understand how to, or have any desire to use a lot of social media platforms. Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, etc. I also have very little interest in upgrading my cell phone, or even knowing what the best new phones are. I'm a 24-year-old software engineer. Crochet. Sometimes the first I learn about new memes are when the news organizations start reporting on them. More and more as I get older. I need to rest my eyes for a bit. Won't be long till I just turn that into full-blown naps. I don't do this on purpose obviously, but I experience neck and back pain all day every day. Prepare my taxes with pen and paper. I answer questions from our Ask Old People. I always water down soda or juice. Notices a car parked in front of my house. What the fuck? Have hot tea after work. Get excited when weekend plans fall through and I get to stay home and watch movies instead. Put my pajamas on as soon as I get home from work. Reuse baggies, as long as nothing wet was in them. But panties are fine. Always need to have a blanket on me when on the couch. And I love PBS Masterpiece. Eat Raisin Bran. Use a cane. Drive a lot less. Wear flat, comfortable shoes. I evidently have the same TV watching habits of my late grandparents. My dad makes fun of me for watching Matlock and Murder She Wrote like his mom did. At some point, I noticed that all of the commercials between my shows were for things like alert bracelets and walk-in bathtubs. Even the commercials for toys were like, your grandchild will love this for their birthday. Time to go yell at some kids to get off my lawn. I'm constantly misplacing my glasses. I love wearing cardigans, especially if they have pockets. Only sports I follow are boxing and horse racing. I'm a farrier. Sort of an old school profession. Learned it from my father who learned it from his father. I wash out Ziploc bags, except ones that had meat in them, so that I can reuse them. And I've recently become obsessed with clearance racks and will purchase things because it's a good buy. I am slowly becoming my 86-year-old grandmother. I crochet hats for everyone I know. I pulled a packet of stevia out of my purse and my husband said that's the oldest thing he's seen me do. But I also have arthritis in my spine and sometimes can barely stand up, so that's also pretty elderly. I go to bed at 8:30 most nights. Enjoy freedom because there are no children in my household. Welp. I currently have the shingles. I wear suspenders, smoke a pipe and yell at young people. I say back in my day and it's not always ironic. Also my right knee creaks every time I climb stairs. I'm part of quiz team of 50-60 young men called the Old Gits that does pub quizzes in a golfing pub. I am a 25-year woman. And probably the youngest in that pub by about 20 years. 90% of the questions are before my time, but I help out with all the gaming and youth culture questions that throw all the other teams off. I'm their secret weapon. I get to learn a lot of interesting stuff and there's a great selection of real ales there. I love it. Yell at the TV while the news is on. I buy pants slacks with elasticized fabric, especially the waist. I sometimes accidentally say thank you to ATMs and self-checkouts. Then check how many people saw and awkwardly walk away. Dress like one. Knit. Crochet. Embroider. Cross stitch. Bird watch. Feed ducks. Yell at kids to stay off my lawn. Call people sugar. I'm 32 and I have zero shame. Listen to news radio a lot. And eat liverwurst on crackers for snacks. I crochet and drink tea and don't understand the youths. Curse at youngsters under my breath for the exact same types of things I did at their age that they are currently doing. Such as stomping on the gas of an old beater at a green light dad purchased for you to drive to school and activities to accelerate at shitty car dick engorging speed to the next red light. I'm mid-30s. Well, it is 8:24 PM. Good night everyone. Knit and crochet. Get into zoning disputes with my neighbors. I love to tell and retell long-winded, boring stories that go nowhere or takes me forever to get to the point. You better believe I rarely miss an episode of Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy. They're my programs. If you want to get nothing in return, you can like and join my Discord. There is a link in the description.